Hi guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today we are back here at PortAventura World in Spain. I haven't been here for the last 7 years, and since then quite a lot has changed. So we are here at our hotel for the night, Hotel El Paso. We have stayed here before, however not for a very long time. We stayed here the first time we came here. We came here for the first time in 2014. We loved it that much we came back here in 2015, and this is where we stayed in 2014. We're going to be staying here tonight, which last time I was here we didn't have that view of a massive Intamin giga coaster sat behind me right there. That is Red Force in Ferrari Land. We're going to be visiting Ferrari Land tomorrow. That's the second gate park here at PortAventura World that opened in 2017, and I can't wait to get in there and ride on Europe's tallest and fastest roller coaster. It looks incredible. You can see it from really far away as well. And then of course you've got the thrill towers over there as well. So today we're going to be going into PortAventura Park, where we're going to be going on Shambhala, Dragon Khan. We've got some express today as well. Operations at PortAventura are not great, so we have decided to get some express this time to make the visit a little bit more enjoyable and to be able to make sure we're actually going to get on some rides. I can't wait to get back on Shambhala today. It was my #1 coaster for 4 years. It was the roller coaster that got me into roller coasters, so I'm very excited to get back on there today. We're going to be getting on some other fantastic coasters here, such as Furious Baco, Dragon Khan. We've also got Stampeder here as well, a massive wooden coaster, El Diablo, and so much more coming up as well. So then guys, we've just had a ride there on Furious Baco, our first ride of the day, and that was fantastic. I've forgotten how good that was. It is a rough coaster, however it is really good. Apparently it had got a lot rougher since I last went on it. To be honest, I don't think I can really tell that much of a difference, because it was rough last time and it's rough this time. But I don't think it takes away from the ride too much. It's not a headbanger, it doesn't hurt. It's got a good layout, it's a short layout, however it's got a very snappy launch, good layout, the inversion's really good, and there's a really good airtime moment on there as well just after the launch, and I like how it dips down into all the trenches and then comes over the lake at the end as well. Really good ride, really enjoyed it. Here we go then guys, heading into the China area now, where we've got 2 massive B&M coasters right here. We've of course got Dragon Khan, which is an opening day attraction. It opened in 1995 with the park, and it's a B&M sit-down coaster. And then just behind it there, going up the lift hill, we've got Shambhala, what was my #1 coaster for 4 years. And Steel Vengeance is the only coaster so far that has topped it. And it was my first big roller coaster as well. This is the roller coaster that got me to like roller coasters. So this is a very special ride for me. There we go, down its first drop. Last time I was here, this was still the tallest roller coaster in Europe. And of course it's not anymore. However, it is still an absolute beast, and I can't wait to get back on it. 10 years old this year as well. So I just had an absolutely brilliant ride there on Dragon Khan. Absolutely fantastic B&M. Of course it is quite an old coaster, so It's not the smoothest, however, I have heard a lot of people say it had been getting to the point where it was unbearably rough, and I don't agree with that. It was relatively rough, however, it's not that bad. To be honest, I think Furious Baco was probably rougher. That was fine. A little bit rough, but of course, it is normally operating in quite high temperatures. Of course, here in Spain, the temperatures can get high, and with roller coasters, they do often run a bit rougher when it is hot. So of course, this coaster has been running quite a lot of days. It's a B&M coaster, it's quite reliable, it's open a lot of the time, running in the Spanish heats a lot of the time. So yeah, it's not going to do great for the ride. However, considering that it is running in the heat every day, it is quite smooth. However, I can see it potentially getting the retracking treatment quite soon. Of course, we've seen it with Incredible Hulk. Nemesis is getting it next year and reopening in 2024. I can definitely see this getting it in the next few years as well, considering in 2025 it is going to be turning 30 years old. So yeah, not too long away now. So, but yeah, but as it is at the moment, absolutely fantastic, very intense coaster, loads of inversions on there as well. It's got 8 inversions on there. It's got a good variety as well. Really good coaster, and you don't see many sit-down coasters around from B&M. So yeah, it's great to see that this one is here, and of course it was designed by the legendary John Wardley as well. Of course, who is very well known for designing some of the most iconic coasters in the UK, such as Nemesis, the Smiler, and Oblivion as well, and so much more as well, of course. So now I'm going to go for a ride on Shambhala. This is the moment I've been waiting for this whole trip. What was my #1 coaster for 4 years, a very special ride for me, the coaster that got me to like roller coasters. It has been waiting here all this time, and I haven't ridden it for 7 years, and I can't wait to get back on it. Guys, I have just had a front row ride on Shambhala, and that was absolutely incredible. One of the best rides I've ever had on a coaster right there. This beautiful B&M coaster, 10 years old this year. It's opened in 2012, and it's so smooth, so enjoyable. The restraints are amazing. It's just got the clamshell restraints. The airtime on it is fantastic. The elements are really good, and it looks absolutely beautiful on the skyline of this park as well. It's a near perfect ride. If only it just had better operations and a little bit better theming. The area around it is beautiful. However, when you go into the queue line and the station, it's not particularly well themed, unfortunately, but it is still an incredible roller coaster. So smooth. It's the best coaster in Europe. The view from the top is fantastic. It is absolutely phenomenal. So I've now joined the main queue for a re-ride on Shambhala, and this is exactly the reason why people buy Express when they come here to PortAventura, so they can avoid situations like this. This queue is a 40-minute queue, not so bad, but when you're stuck in a massive cattle pen surrounded by all of these people for 40 minutes, that's where the problem comes in. The reason why operations are so bad here at PortAventura is because they rely far too much on Express. You buy Express and they let so many people through who are using it. So then by the point where they've let all of the Express people through, there's hardly any room left on the train, so they're only letting a few people from the main queue on each time. So therefore, that results in loads of people in the line, a massive queue building, and therefore, if you just got more people from the main queue on the ride at once, then it would keep the queue moving a lot faster. So that is why the operations are so dodgy here. If you are coming to PortAventura Park, or World in general, definitely recommend Fast Track or Express, as they call it here. It is needed if you want to get on rides. So we just had a ride on El Diablo Tren de la Mina. That's, I believe it's an Arrow line train, and you can tell it's an Arrow with those transitions on there. Some of those transitions are very dodgy. It's quite a rough ride, very jolty, quite painful. It wasn't very enjoyable. I used to really like that when we came back here. When we were here a few years ago, that was one of my favourite rides here. I really enjoyed it. That was actually one of the rides that I would go on without being too scared to, but yeah, not very enjoyable now. It's got a lot rougher. So we're now here in Far West, and I'm about to go for a ride on Tomahawk, which is this family CCI wooden coaster. I believe it's CCI, not 100% sure, I'm pretty sure it is. It does have Millennium Flyer trains though from GCI, so yeah, that's nice. It runs very well with these trains. It's a shame the Stampeder doesn't have them, which I'll probably do next. But yeah, here we go. Let's go for a ride on here. Tomahawk's quite a good family wooden coaster there. It's enjoyable. It's not the smoothest of wooden coasters. However, as I was talking earlier about with roller coasters operating in the heat, you'd expect that when you come to a country with roller coasters that are operating in a hot climate. It's a good fun family coaster. Some good airtime on there. The first drop's really good, and the drop going into the brakes is really good as well. It's a surprisingly good family coaster with some good thrills as well, and you get some really good interaction with Stampede as well, which I was able to get by the train on Tomahawk was going past the section where it goes right next to Stampede just as the trains were coming round, so got some good interaction with that as well. Okay then guys, I am now going for a ride on Stampeder. This is a roller coaster that I absolutely loved last time I was here. However, I have heard that it has got very rough, but a few years ago I believe it had some retracking work done. So let's go and see what it's like. I'm not sure which side I'm going to do. I think I remember the blue side being rougher than the red, however I'm not sure. So I'm going to go find this Express. Oh, there it is, Express. Let's go. There it goes. God, it's loud, isn't it? Very loud coaster. Here we go. Let's go and give this a ride. Is it going to be rough? Is it going to be smooth? Am I going to enjoy it as much as I did before? There we go then guys. So I've just had my ride on Stampeder. I was on the red side and it was rough. It was very, very rough. However, it wasn't too painful. There was a bit of pain, however, it wasn't awful. It is a very rough coaster, don't get me wrong. The restraints are not very comfortable. They come down a lot. They get really tight throughout the ride. However, it was about as rough as I was expecting. However, in terms of pain levels, it's not that bad. The layout is fantastic. It's got some good airtime moments, and I love how it duels. I love that element. I love a dueling coaster because it just adds so much to a ride experience. However, the roughness is something that you can't really look away from. It is very rough. It's one of the roughest roller coasters I've ridden. However, it's not one of the most painful roller coasters I've ever ridden. So, for that reason, I am willing to do it again. However, I wouldn't do it as much as I used to. When I came here a few years ago, I would lap that so many times. I could go on that like 5 or 6 times. With that now, I could probably only do it the once before needing a break because of how rough it is. So, and then I'd have a break and then maybe go on it again and do the other side. Later on, I will come back here and do the blue side. So with opening times of this park, it's really weird. So the main part, all the park is open till 8. However, Far West and Mediterranean are open until 10. So therefore, later on, I'm going to come back down here and have another ride on Tomahawk. I'll have another ride on Stampeder on the blue side, and then hopefully I'll get another ride on Furious Flacco as well. So over here is the new ride under construction, which is going to be opening in 2023. I haven't seen a lot of footage from this. Basically, there were a lot of rumours that it was going to be an Intamin hot racer. However, now this massive building has started going up, so maybe we could be seeing an indoor coaster here. At the moment, I have absolutely no idea. But if you can see over there, yeah, it's a bit of a mystery as to what's going on in here. Because originally, as I said, Intamin hot racer. but that was before this building started going up. So if anyone else knows about what this building is, I'd love to hear it. I'm about to scan that QR code in a minute, but I imagine it's all going to be in Spanish. But if I find any interesting information, I'll be sure to share it with you. First water ride of the day has just been completed, and unfortunately I think it's going to be our only water ride today because quite a few of them are closed. Tutugi Splash is closed, Silver River Flume is closed, Angkor, I haven't been to the entrance yet, however I've not seen anyone walking over there, so I assume that's closed as well. However, I will go and have a look at that again when I go back into China later, so I will go and have another look at that just to check. However, it's not really the weather for a splash battle. It is quite a bit of a soaker, so I'm not sure if that's going to be open today, but Grand Canyon Rapids was open, and that was the one we were able to get on. It's a really good rapids. It's quite short, however it is very well themed. Not too wet on there, however you don't really want to be getting too wet in this weather. It is relatively warm, however it's not really warm, so yeah, but it is about the theming on that ride for me, and it is absolutely fantastic to watch off ride as well. So here we are now at Street Mission. This is a dark ride that opened here at the park in 2019. I believe it's a trackless dark ride. And look at this. So this is completely new since I was last here. Look at this area. This is really good. I've heard some good stuff about this, so I'm looking forward to getting on it. So Street Mission here is currently having some technical difficulties, but look at how well themed this station is. So as you can see, we've got the operator's booth, which is the taxi service. We've got a sign over there, traffic lights. The vehicles on here are meant to be taxis. They look really good. You've got the door that opens over there and into the first scene. You can see a little bit over there into the first scene. And you've got all these plants hanging from the ceiling, the posters on the wall there. That's where you get your 3D glasses. We've got another massive poster here as well. So yeah, really impressive station. I'm looking forward to getting on this. Hopefully it won't be too long until the delays are sorted out. So then guys, we just went on Sesame Street Mission there. It was only closed for about 5 minutes and then we got on pretty quick after that. That was absolutely brilliant. It was a lot longer than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be really quick. However, it went on for quite a while. Brilliant mix of screens and physical set pieces in there as well. The queue line is really nice and the station's very well themed. Then of course, it's an interactive dark ride, so you're shooting all the cookies. A great mix between screens. The screens are really good quality, and of course you wear 3D glasses on there as well to make it all stick out a bit more. And then there's loads of physical set pieces in there as well. Really well themed, really impressive dark ride, and considering this is the park's only dark ride, I think they can definitely expand on some more dark rides, some really good ones. That's one of the best dark rides in Europe in my opinion. So then guys, I've now had 3 rides on Hurricane Condor, 2 on the sit down, 1 on the stand up. The stand up I queued over 2 hours for when it was advertised at 40 minutes, so not very happy about that. However, I got on it and it's not like I can do it at Drayton Manor anymore, so it's alright. The sit down, that's okay. Of course, this is a lot taller than Apocalypse. However, Apocalypse is much more intense and it does have a lot more kick to it during the actual drop. Because this one, it's not actually that forceful until you get to the bottom. With the stand-up, it is more intense, however, not as intense as what Apocalypse was. So, however, that is a lot taller, and the view from the top of that is absolutely fantastic. On the sit-down towers, you can get a fantastic view over towards Shambhala, which is a perfect view, pretty much. Beautiful view over China, which is where we're heading now. So let's go. We're going to get some night rides in Shambhala and Dragon Khan. So then guys, it is now time for Horror en Lago, which is a show on the lake here featuring fire effects, water fountains and quite a lot of other surprises from what it looks like from reading the description of it. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, and I'll put some highlights in of it. This is for the Halloween event, and of course Halloween has gone now. However, PortAventura is still celebrating Halloween until the 13th of November, so by the time this vlog's uploaded it will be finished.
Antiguas leyendas narran la historia de un misterioso portal oculto en las aguas oscuras del lago. Un portal creado para encerrar monstruosas criaturas del inframundo que aguardan ser liberadas. Es la noche del horror en lago. El portal estuvo sellado durante miles de años hasta que un pérfido hechicero logró abrir una... ¡Al fin nos han liberado! La puerta se ha abierto para no cerrarse jamás. Criaturas de las tinieblas, desatarán el terror y el horror se apoderará de las aguas del lago. No habrá lugar. Antiguas leyendas cuentan también que la horda demoníaca fue vencida. Los demonios fueron devueltos.
So then guys, you just saw some footage there from Horror and El Lago, which was the fantastic lake show there here in Mediterranean. That was absolutely incredible. It was about 10 minutes long, not too long, however, it was non-stop action with that. There were fireworks, fire effects, a water screen, massive fountains. That was absolutely fantastic. The water screen was amazing, and then of course you saw the jet skis in there as well. That was absolutely incredible. I absolutely loved that. Really, really good show. Okay, so this is when the opening times today get a bit weird. So, most of the park is now closed. However, Mediterranean and Far West are still open. So I'm heading over to Far West now, where I've still got a fast track to use on Tomahawk and also Stampeder as well. So I'm going to do those two rides, and then I don't really know what I'm going to do, to be honest, because the thing is now, the park had some big queues earlier, and that was when the whole thing was open. Now, you've still got loads of people in here, and only 2 areas open. So, therefore, I think we're going to be seeing some big queues here, so this could be a bit of an issue. So since I last spoke to you all, I have now done 3 more rides. I did Stampeder on the blue side, which was rough, however it wasn't as rough as it was earlier, so it was a little bit better. Tomahawk, about the same as earlier, good fun wooden coaster. And then I also somehow got to ride on Shambhala. It wasn't supposed to, well, it wasn't advertised to still be open past 8 o'clock. However, it was, and it was only, well, it was advertised a 20-minute queue. However, I literally walked straight onto it, and I was very close to the back row as well. So I've now had 5 rides on Shambhala today, which was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's had points today where it's had a big queue and also a small queue as well. So yeah, it's definitely been great to be able to make the most of it when it's been on a small queue. And also, of course, we had the fast track for it earlier, but that was only to use it on it once. But it's been a fantastic day, and I'm now going to go and join the queue for Furious Baco, the final ride of the day. So it has come to the end of an absolutely fantastic first day here at PortAventura World in Spain. We got on loads of rides today. We did all the fast tracks. We were able to get on some by queue, the main queue as well. Absolutely fantastic. Literally, we've gone on so many rides today. Tomorrow, we're going to be going into Ferrari Land for the first couple of hours for the day, and then we're going to be coming back into this park to do some more re-rides. The park has just closed. It's about 10:15 now, and it's really nice because the park might have closed and the rides are all shut down, but they're not forcing people out. Like, people are still sitting down having food and just having a good time, enjoying the atmosphere. It's still really nice. I've just been sitting down for about half an hour, just enjoying watching Furious Baco going round and enjoying the atmosphere. It's been really nice. But yeah, it's come to the end of a fantastic day. I'm going back to the hotel now, so there we go. I will see you all tomorrow. I have got merch to show you as well, but I'll probably show you all of that at the end of the second vlog. So that's now the end of this vlog here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly, follow me on Twitter at George Kelly, and check out my other YouTube channel at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.